Eric Henry
is now joining.
Good morning and welcome to the Crawford County Commissioners Work Session for April 21st, 2021. We'll start with Mr. Geibel from CATA. Tim, there's a microphone on there. If you could hit it so it goes green, then we know we can hear you and everybody online can hear you. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning, Tim.
I'm here to provide an update and a request. The update is we were awarded the local match waiver from PennDOT for the fourth year in a row, 4th out of 5 years. This is due to the regionalization of transit services between Crawford and Venango County. We were able to document $190,000 of administrative savings due to this partnership, which triggered the approval of the local match waiver. So the currently approved funds for CATA local share in this current year budget, if that is paid by the commissioners, that will be held in retainer by CATA for future operating and capital expenses for Crawford County public transportation services only. We do keep a full segregation and accounting of local funds for Crawford sources versus Venango County sources. In addition, we are in our grant cycle right now with PennDOT, so part of that cycle for FY 21-22, beginning on July 1, 2021, is a local match resolution in the amount of $50,000 that we would like you to consider. That is a 0% increase from the current year. It has been a flat request for, I believe, 6 to 7 years now. So we significantly appreciate your support into public transportation services. The local match funds are used to support our state grants, which support the Lifeline routes between Titusville, Cambridge Springs, Cochranton, Conneaut Lake, Sagertown, and also our city services in Titusville and the Meadville area. So I'd be happy to answer any questions or provide any additional updates, but I would like to ask your consideration for the resolution by a municipality certifying the provision of local match in the amount of $50,000 payable by March 31st, 2022.
Just a couple of questions for you. So can you, for the public's folks, the number of transportation routes we have at Titusville now weekly that you have currently going?
Yeah, we currently have 2 fixed routes that operate from about 7 in the morning till 5 p.m. We also have what's been a very successful, what we call our Lifeline Route, which has been supported in part by the Meadville Medical Center and the Foundation, which connects Titusville to Meadville 2 days per week on Tuesdays and Thursdays with 5 round trips. That's been a very successful route for us.
Excellent. I just want to make sure people knew that we were aware of that. Also, do you have any updates on, we noticed there's some push maybe for some electric buses or something that you're an initiative for that? Or
We have deployed propane.
Okay.
We received, we were the only transit authority in the state of Pennsylvania to receive funds from the DEP for the AFIG, Alternative Fuels Incentive Grant, a little over a year ago to upfit upwards of 15 vehicles to propane. So we currently have a full complement of natural gas buses that run the Meadville fixed route. Those are the big buses that you see in town here and in the surrounding areas. We currently have 3 propane buses on the road, 2 more coming this week. By the end of 2021, we should have 10 propane buses that'll be operating in Crawford County. Our plan is to expand that infrastructure to the Titusville area and our new Oil City location that's opening this next week.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tim.
Okay.
Thanks for everything you guys are doing.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Great job.
Thank you. Okay.
We push that button, Tim, again for you. Just thank you. Juvenile probation, Holly.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning,
Morning,
Holly.
I am requesting to ratify the purchase of the Mojack hydraulic mower lift deck. We were able to get a sale price from Tractor Supply for $179.99. This equipment's to be utilized to assist with the lifting of our 2 John Deere Zero turn mowers for blade sharpening, replacement, repair, and deck cleaning. Previously they were being lifted manually, which created a safety issue. And the money comes from the community service mowing project at the Crawford County Conservation District.
Any questions for Holly? Hi, thank you, Holly.
Thanks,
Thank
Holly.
you.
1 second, Heidi, we'll see if she's. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning, Heidi.
This morning we're requesting, we have it in here as ratify. If we can get it signed today before next week, it would be helpful. We need to purchase 3 replacement and former IP alert boxes for the Mobilecom duress alarm system for the 3 MDJ offices. That's Titusville, Linesville, and Vernon. Apparently, there is some kind of software issue that's outdated and doesn't always function. So sometimes these things go offline, and when they do, there's no duress alarm system, there's no alarm. So we want to get that rolling again as soon as possible. I'm going to try to put this under the AOPC security grant funding this year, but that's too soon into the process to
Okay.
know for sure where that is.
Any questions?
So it's 900 a unit, that'll be 2,700 officially.
I'm fine with
I'm
it.
fine. Any questions? Ratify, it's fine.
Thank you.
That work, that helped you out? Thank you. Adult probation? Morning, Trevor.
Morning, Trevor. Morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Commissioners. I am in a similar thing as, I have ratified down on both of the topics I have today because you haven't seen them yet, but they're due to PCCD before next Wednesday. So they'll have to be signed and turned in before, so I'll be at the next week's meeting will be a ratification.
Okay.
Because they'll already be turned in if you agree with it.
Okay.
So, the first thing here is requesting to ratify and sign a grant modification for the 2021 Fiscal Drug and Alcohol RIP IP grant. This is our current grant that's going on right now. $71,343 of the granted amount for drug and alcohol treatment and general program compliance measures will not be used by the June 30th, 21 end date. This is a very much COVID-related item. People weren't being seen this past year because of COVID, because of shutdowns, at my level, at adult probation, as well as at drug and alcohol. So those monies weren't used. I would like to also explain that PCCD did not penalize the county for the $95,000 that was allotted for, to offset salaries of 3 probation officers. Usually if you don't use all your grant, they come back and they touch the money that you use for, but this year because of COVID, they allowed us to keep the $95,000 total. So this $71,000 that we'll be sending back is for treatment and for program compliance, which would be drug testing, scram, stuff like that. So the county itself isn't out any money. It would have been the money used
Okay.
for those kind of treatment programs.
Okay.
Do you have any questions as it relates to that?
No.
Okay. Now, since this grant's ending, we're going to be applying for next year's grant for the same thing. So I'll be requesting to ratify and sign the application with PCCD for the 21-22 fiscal drug and alcohol IP grant. And we're requesting the same amount as last year of $269,999.
Okay. Any questions for Trevor?
No.
Thank you for your work on this, Trevor. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
County
Holly
recycling?
Barndell is now exiting.
Just push that button green for us. Thank you, Brenda.
All right, thank you. Hey, good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
So the Solid Waste Authority provides for you an employee who is the county recycling coordinator. So we have the employee, we provide the services, but what we need from you is the designation of the person for that position.
Okay.
For the current year. So, and we're asking that you appoint our director, Brenda Schmidt, as the recycling coordinator for Crawford County.
How has she been doing? She doing okay? I mean,
You know,
okay.
some days she's fantastic, and other days, man, can't get her out of her pajamas. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
Sure, so along with that, having that person in that position, the DEP provides a grant for a 50% reimbursement for related and approved expenses. So for the previous calendar year, we're going to apply for that grant, but it's like the county applies for that. So we're asking that you, for the permission to do that.
Okay.
All right, and the last thing is that we do have a vacancy on our board. Betty Sherman was a longtime member, and she retired at the end of, her term expired at the end of last year. So we've advertised for that position twice, and we're seeking your assistance in helping us find a suitable person for our board.
Right, the commissioners, we talked to Brenda, and we would like to fill that, help her fill that by finding someone. So if anybody out there is interested in serving on the Solid Waste Authority, we'd appreciate some insight, and we will do some diligence ourselves and some of our contacts to help you fill that, so you don't have to fill that position. We'd be more comfortable with you just being the recycling coordinator. I know you would be too. So.
That would be too. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Any other questions for Brenda?
Nope.
Thank you, Brenda.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
County maintenance? Not Mark the felon, but he's
Good morning, Commissioners.
the brain of the outfit's here, actually.
Morning, Jen. Morning, Jim.
Requesting approval for invoices for the courthouse remodeling project from Granger. This is for the new Human Resources Office in the amount of $100.45.
Okay, thank you.
Next, requesting approval for invoices for the courthouse remodeling project from Folks Flooring America. This is the total of $3,200. It's for the new third floor conference room number 1 in the amount of $1,850, and the new third floor conference room 2 for $1,350.
And just one, I guess people have asked me a couple questions. One of our goals is to have additional space. We can separate people out for meetings, and both of these rooms on the third floor have done that. And so I tell people to go look at them because they look really good, and we appreciate that. That's
They
really
look
nice.
fantastic, yes.
Okay,
Next is requesting approval of a quote for mowing at the Crawford County Care Center by M&M Lawn Care, and this will be in the amount of $110 per mow.
okay,
And last, requesting approval of a quote for plowing and salting of all drives and parking lots at the Crawford County Care Center by Blooming Valley Landscape and Supply in the amount of $175 per plow and $179 per salt.
okay.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The Care Center?
Hi, good morning.
Morning, Tanya.
Morning.
We are requesting to ratify the purchase of flu vaccines from Medline in the amount of $4,975. It is a budgeted item to be paid with nursing supplies budget.
Okay,
Requesting to ratify the contract with Dietitians on Demand for a temporary dietitian.
okay,
And requesting to approve the business associate agreement with Point Click Care to add care quality connections at no cost, and that gives us access to resident vaccination records.
okay,
And requesting to approve a newly created position, dietetic technician, a per diem position at the rate of $20.28 per hour.
So I would just comment, I believe that for purposes of the commissioner meeting, all we are doing is creating the position. It would be up to salary
Right,
board
correct.
to actually set
we
the
have
rate.
to set the rate itself after that, Tanya, though.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Any questions other than that?
No.
All right, thank you,
Good.
Tanya.
Thanks,
Thank
Tanya.
you.
Thanks,
I'll
Tanya.
Thank you.
Tanya Moyer is now exiting.
Okay, Human Services?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning,
Morning,
Gail.
Gail.
First item is a 21-22 Avanca International Child Welfare Information Systems Agreement. The annual costs are prorated across the 56 counties who use this system, and it's based on the number of users. Our share is $10,642.47, with a cost to the county of $2,335.60. Next is a 21-22 Provider Integrated Case and Accounting Management Systems Agreement with Avanco. These rates are for consulting services and a quarterly maintenance fee. The costs are the same that we're currently paying right now, and the new contract will run from 7/1 of 21 to 6/30 of 22. Then I have a 2021 contract amendment with BHC Advanced Services. Mercer County BHC will be reimbursing us $50,207 for person-centered planning and for individuals with a mental health diagnosis who are also involved with the criminal justice system. These funds are intended to help with one-time short-term costs and to assist eligible individuals in establishing, maintaining decent, safe, and affordable housing in the community, and to help them acclimate back into society. And the next item is seeking ratification. I'm going to combine number 4 and 5, ratification for the reimbursement to the Center for Family Services for the delivery of funds allocated to the Emergency Rental Assistance Program from 3/26 to 3/31 in the amount of $80,576.25, and ratify the reimbursement for payment for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program from 4/1 to 4/25 in the amount of $76,312.87. There's no county match on either of these. Then I have a Plan for Safe Care grant agreement with the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services. The focus of this grant is to support local multidisciplinary teams that will identify, assess, excuse me, and develop a plan of safe cares for infants born affected by substance use or withdrawal symptoms resulting from prenatal drug exposure or fetal alcohol syndrome. The grant is for 2 years, and each year we can receive up to $30,000 a year. It's 100% funded with federal funds, no cost for state or county. Then I have a purchase requisition to Dell for the purchase of a Latitude 2-in-1 bundle for our forensic boundary spanner position. Total cost $1,990.03, paid with funds, other funds, no cost to the county. Then I have purchase requisition to Dell for 2 2-in-1 bundles, one for a CYS worker and one for a CYS intern. Cost of the county is $873.46. And the last item I have is a 2021 professional contract amendment with the Center for Family Services. We're adding additional funds to expand their anger management and parenting classes for mental health consumers. We've had good success, and it's an identified community need, so we're actually doubling the amount that we gave them. The additional cost to the county is $779.48. Any questions on anything?
Anything for
Nope,
Gail?
Nope. Thanks, Gail.
Thank you, Gail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1 second, Stephanie. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning, Stephanie.
I have one invoice for ratification. It is payable to Meadville Medical Center. It is for public service announcements for vaccination promotion. The amount is $30,000, and that comes from our safety and health COVID-19 line item.
And this is money that we've had set aside from the CARES Act prior, correct?
Yeah, this is money that came originally from the CARES Act,
Thank
yes.
Okay, thank you. Voter services?
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Gina.
I'm requesting on behalf of Voter Services to ratify the purchase of 63 tons of gravel from Meadville Ready Mix to backfill the delivery area of the voting machine warehouse in the amount of $778.94.
Okay, any questions for Gina? Thank you. And then commissioners?
Okay. The first item is an Act 146768 notification from Dyson Helmy for water quality management and NPDES permit for a small flow treatment facility located in Oil Creek Township. An Act 146768 notification from Dyson Helmy for water quality management and NPDES permit for the Vlasnik small flow treatment facility located in Union Township. An Act 14 notification from Dyson Helmy for Meadville Ready Mix renewal of existing construction demolition waste landfill permit in East Fairfield Township. And an Act 14 notification from Mark J. Corey and Associates for Philadelphia Road Bridge Number 10 rehabilitation project in Beaver Township.
I can handle the next two, actually. Letter E is, in conjunction with the Sheriff's Office, the county is moving in a little different direction with front door security at the courthouse. So this is to ratify signatures on a letter to Pal American Security, formerly Point Security, terminating the service agreement we have with them effective no later than July 7th. And again, this is only related to front door security at the courthouse. All other Pal American Security guards will remain, at least currently, at their locations. And the last one under commissioners is that the Pennsylvania courts have for some time required each county to have a security committee, and we actually had one when all of the courts were still in this building, but once they moved to the Judicial Center, the committee kind of became, I guess, a little less active, so the judge has kind of resurrected it, if you will. And on that committee, Dave, I'll look for your help. Judge Stevens, myself, Sheriff Powers, Trevor from Adult Probation, Judge Pendolino representing the magisterial district judges, and then other folks who we would bring in depending on the issue. And I'll be asking for approval for the commissioners to sign that security committee charter statement, which will also be signed by the sheriff and the president judge.
Okay. Any public comment? Anything online? Commissioner comments. Commissioner Soff?
No, nothing right now, thank you.
Commissioner Weaverspan?
Well, I'd just like to comment that I'm sure everybody's heard the news that there will be a fair this year. I just ask that you have a little patience and as the fair board and their various committees from the board figure out exactly how that's going to take place and the adjustments will have to be made. There definitely will be a fair, not like it was in 2018 or 19 or previous years, but there will be a fair and we're all excited about that. So just give everyone a little bit of time to get that figured out and news will be forthcoming as that takes place.
Good. And the only thing I'd like to add is the money we distributed out to Meadle Medical Center. They've done a wonderful job. I just heard again this morning from someone else who had a seamless experience going through and getting vaccinated. So we felt it necessary to help augment that process. And again, we urge you to look into that. The vaccine program online by the Meadle Medical Center's website. You can do those kind of things and continue to support them and all they do for the county. Okay. Anything else you guys have? All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Jeannie, I forgot. I'm sorry. You told me. April 28th, 2021. The full meeting is in courtroom 1. Sorry about that. Thank you. It was only in